Good morning, troublemakers. We made it to April. Q1 is over. We made it to April. We have some amazing, ridiculous things to talk about today. Like, did you ever think a dealer would issue their own cryptocurrency? Well, they are.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop.
Dude, there's so many things to talk about today. You know, the spirit of innovation.
So much news out there. Yeah, it's quite wild.
Look, I mean, we're big fans of the dealer body and the innovation that happens when dealers and industry partners push back together. But some of these articles today have really surprised me. You know, Q1 was full of news. It was full of stuff. There wasn't like that lull where like, what are we going to talk about today? It's like every day there's something to talk about.
Every single day. And today does not disappoint when it comes to news, for sure. I mean, the automotive industry is pacing so fast right now, and especially the people that are making the most trouble. Some of those people, like even our investors to OEMs, everybody, they're full speed ahead at new challenges, and I'm just excited to talk about what's going to happen in Q2 based on all that.
Yeah, I mean, we decided to highlight our investors today. I mean, we've been talking about them a little bit, but we really didn't get into how much they are actually innovating in the space. You know, we knew some of the stuff. There's not, about when you have friends, right? You hear stuff before it's public. Right. So we knew some of this stuff was in the works, but let's start in Georgia. All right, Georgia makes sense. I don't know if you've ever been to Georgia, the Atlanta area, but like people in Georgia, they enjoy big beefy trucks. Right? There's a lot of big, beefy trucks in Georgia. I remember
there's a lot of jokes that go around that for sure. You know, it's like
there's probably a lot of
if you need it's the whole like if you need a step stool to get into the truck.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
I love those jokes. So, like, how do you say it without saying it?
Exactly.
This is coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. Our investor Patrick Abad. So this is his attempt. Like, that's his store, and his culture is all about community. And they have an amazing fitness facility in their facility. Like, I never have seen a real life fitness facility in a dealership that was like a pro level locker room.
I'm not that level. Most of the time it's like, you gotta, if you got anything, you got the bench press, and that's about it. Right.
No, we're talking full equipment, shower facilities, even a washer and dryer. So that he was like, yeah, like the singles, he's like, they'll work out here. They'll do their laundry here. They'll eat breakfast here. And so it doesn't surprise us that there's a large CrossFit community around Beaver Toyota. And there's, a lot of resident CrossFitters in the store. And they're literally like, they have a network of like 1,000 CrossFitters. And our investor and GM, Patrick Abad, saw a real opportunity, especially as fuel prices have been what they are, because what CrossFitters like to push and pull heavy things.
Right.
Right. And people like to save money.
Yeah, exactly. And when you think about like CrossFit, everything is around community. Everything is about,
I have a joke for you. How do you know someone does CrossFit? Because they tell you in the first 5 seconds of your conversation.
Because they tell you. Exactly.
He goes for vegan.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all about community. And what he's done is kind of rallied these CrossFitters that all use his facility. They on a daily basis use, because they have a large amount of tires in stock for these big trucks. And so they regularly flip the tires. Yep, exactly. But now they're putting all of that energy, that community to good use. So tell them what they're doing, Paul.
So Patrick developed some tech that allows you to pair up CrossFitters with vehicle owners. And what they do is you can dial it up just like an Uber. And you can dial up a CrossFitter, and actually they will push your car. They will push your car. And if there's a hill, they'll push your car. Sometimes you can specify, do you want 1, 2, or 3, depending on where you're driving. They'll push the cars up the hills, which is obviously the most fuel taxing on the vehicle. Right. And then they hop in, or if you have a big truck, they probably hop on and they coast down the hill. Department of Energy actually has reached out to see if they can fund this project and scale it a little wider. So,
well, think about it. Like, we talk about the network or the ability to scale things all the time, especially when you're talking about gas and EVs. And CrossFit is a built-in nationwide network that's going to allow the Department of Energy to really enable communities. I mean, think about it. It's just a genius play. It's going to be franchised and scaled up. So Patrick, the innovator, ever innovating.
Let's move on to speaking of innovation.
Stop. Segue.
Time. Okay. there's a dealer in New York City, and he happens to sell more Hondas than everybody else. Right.
Just
You know who we're talking about, Brian Benstock. And if you've seen him, you've probably either seen him selling vehicles or like crushing it in the gym that he owns. So we were spending a little time with him at the AAAS summit by the pool, and we were talking about cryptocurrency. And he's like, I don't know. I like tangible things. I like real things. Right. And I gave him a book on Bitcoin called The Bitcoin Standard. And wouldn't you know it, he's releasing his own cryptocurrency called Ben.
Well, and we know this about Brian is that when he sinks his teeth into something, he goes all in. I mean, a guy that's run over 25 marathons, you don't think that if he gets a book on Bitcoin and on cryptocurrency that he's not going to lean in really quickly. And so, we're really excited to see. Yeah.
Or maybe I have some. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like we talk about tangible tokens and non-fungibles, right? Intangibles. But at some point, we're moving to metaphysical. So let me read from the Automotive State of the Union article this morning. Because our writer, Chris, asked, where do we sign up? It says, interested parties need only practice discipline in their lives to earn the coins. No wallet is required. Brian says, quote, I know how many you have at all times, and I will let you know when you've earned enough. And some might ask, but where can you spend it? And Brian responds, Ben stocks are the currency of everything. You're spending it right now, even as you doubt. So
that's exactly it. And then he just, we have a video of him. We didn't want to share it, but he just went hashtag 10X right at the end. It was really, he just wrapped everything and brought it all together for us.
Well, the interesting thing is, so Grant Cardone is a lot of people in the auto industry know, love him, hate him. So when Grant found out that Brian kind of got the jump on this, because, they kind of hang out a little bit and they have some real estate investing, all of a sudden Grant Cardone starts calling because he's like, I missed the one, right? You got to get in on the second. So now we have dealers developing technology to combat a global retail problem, right? Fuel prices. And now we have a dealer who is relatively new to the crypto space launching their very own cryptocurrency. So, I mean, it's only April 1st. It's only like the first day of Q2 and we're already getting this far. Let's see. Today's gonna be a little bit of a.
We're talking even more innovation this morning, and we're getting outside of the U.S., outside of the global game. And Paul, we're going to space. Wouldn't you believe it? Just last month, we were talking about Brian Kramer, again, one of our investors, just entering in the metaverse, which most dealers were saying that is far ahead of the future of where automotive needs to be. Like we barely even tackled the digital game. And here, moving into the next month, it is clear that Brian Kramer is taking even the next step. May we call it one small step for man, one giant leap for Brian Kramer. And he is headed into a dealership in space. Absolutely incredible land grab for him.
Well, so you've probably seen him running around with like Oculus goggles on, right? And I think, I don't know, I'm guessing, but I think what happened was he got like a little taste of what it is to be first. All of a sudden, like he announced the first automotive transaction in the metaverse, and then it blew up. We're like, Wall Street Journal wants to talk to him. All these people want to talk to him. And I think he was just like, all right, I'm gonna leapfrog to the next thing. And hey, like if you know anything about a dealer, if there are people there, any amount of people, they're gonna try to sell them some cars.
Yeah, right? Exactly. I mean, there's at least 15 people on the space station throughout the year, and those people need cars too.
They do. And you think about it, it's almost like when soldiers are overseas, right? Having someone to take care of your family, take care of your needs when you get back. What do I do with this car while I'm gone? Right? They're all just really relevant problems. And it doesn't surprise me that he's already teaming up with Blue Origin to get customers to and from, right? Test drive. A lot of people still want the test drive. The data shows that. So how are you going to get a test drive? Well, you need a ride to the dealership. It's a little outside Uber's range. So Blue Origin. And so when we asked, it's called Axiom Space. And when we asked Axiom Space liaison Venus Armstrong for a statement, she said, who are you and how did you get in my car? So if you've ever met Chris, if he just got in my car, I'd be like, you with who? You're with what? We have one more story because we have to hop into the All Things Used Car Clubhouse room, which is every Friday, by the way, at 9 a.m. Eastern. David Long runs an amazing used car room. We're about to jump in there right now. But first, we have to talk about a little news that came out that honestly, it probably spurred a lot of text messages like from you, me, and David's other friends. It really centers around the pandemic of positivity movement. Kyle, you're actually on the board of pandemic of positivity. How did the news hit you?
Well, the board this morning has been distraught because we really believed in what David was bringing to not just the automotive industry, but the global kind of efforts toward positivity, especially during these hard times. And to find out that he tested negative for positivity is it's a shocking result. And so we're trying to come around his family, come around him, and we've got some interventions set up, but. Do
you think he knew it was coming? Like, you think when he took the test, he was like, this is the moment when everybody realizes
when
like
all is revealed.
It's not actually contagious. Like I've been selling it as a pandemic, and like, I don't even have it.
He doesn't even have it. I know.
You think he knew?
I don't think he knew.
I think big deal. Like, if he knows, then we have a problem. But if he's just like, he's an optimistic guy. You know, I get trapped in optimism. I get trapped in like,
I think that's what it was. I think it was this trap between optimism and positivity. And so, you know, the optimism won over and called itself positivity on the outside. But there's just so much more going on in that space than what we can know. And it's sad to see that it's not contagious, because we were really pulling for him.
I actually felt positive for a while.
Right.
I was feeling positive for a while. And I don't know, maybe it's one of those like psychosomatic things. Sometimes you feel like you have something, but you really don't. So in that, we're going to have to find a source of positivity in another area. If not, you can at least come back here on Monday, April 4th. Sign up for the email, ASOTU.com. We got a lot more articles just like these today. Share it up and go make some trouble.